Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us with the C.Crane CC Pocket. This is an AM FM stereo weather alert portable radio 2024 edition. You can find it selling on Amazon USA for $64.99. I'll have links down below in the paid links section. If you like what you see and you want to buy one, click a link, get one, rock on. Awesome radio. So yeah, here we are, the C.Crane CC Pocket in 2024. They made some revisions to the original and they're worthy. So I decided to pick one up. Let's look what we got here. So in the box, I think the box is the same as the original. We got some little side markers here. We got baseball player, travel, weather, the radio, CC Pocket. Yeah, looking sharp. I like how they package their stuff. Maximum reception and selectivity. They are not lying. That's a good thing. C.Crane, and on the back, CC Pocket. Powerful reception. Got some bullet points there, up to 50 station presets. Ah, that's a nice thing. Built-in DX tools. We'll talk about those. And some headphones. Great. Liking it. Okay. So, I took everything out of the box, and we'll see what we get in there. So, let's check it out. So, we get the CC Pocket. Yeah, of course. The star of the show. Let's see what else we got in the box. We get a belt clip. I took mine off. It comes pre-installed from the factory. It's 2 screws, little Phillips heads. And you can't put the screws back in. You gotta leave them loose. If you put them back in, you might hurt something inside the radio. So leave them loose, put them in a Ziploc bag, store it with the box. You know where to get it if you want to put it back on. So I don't have a use for a belt clip. Some people will. But I took mine off just to make it easier to go in and out of the pocket. There you are. Great deal. All right, so that was that over here. What else we get? The CC Buds. These are great headphones. I love them. They sell them separately too. They're that good. They also provide us with a pigtail wire. This does not have a standard telescopic whip, so it's meant for the pocket, which is great. They provide the wire for extra FM reception when using the speaker mode. Otherwise, it uses your headphones typically for the antenna. There we go. And then we have some paperwork. Your warranty card for that 1-year warranty. Fill it out. Send it in. I want to cover the radio. Here we are. And the instruction manual is really clear and concise. Yeah, I love it. You know how many radios I've reviewed with the cheap Chinese manuals? It's like, what'd they say? It's not here. This is awesome. This manual is the best. So if you want to know about your radio, this is the one you're going to go to. Now, I'm not really going to flip through here. I'm just going to show you probably like the last page. But here's the table of contents, and I'm going to cover all those things. So we're not going to miss. I think there's just 1 or 2 pages I want to show you. So, but if you want to know more, you can definitely go to their site. So the first page right there is what's showing on the display. Quite a bit of stuff. Boom, you can freeze frame that. In case I missed something there, you got it. And I think, yeah, I'll just keep flipping here until I see something really important that I wanted to show you. But yeah, otherwise, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this here. Because we're going to be going over the radio and talking to you about the different ways to use the buttons and how they work. So, yeah, I just want to get to the specs. I think the specs are coming up. Here we go. All right, specifications. The really cool thing is if you change to 9 kHz stepping on FM band, changes to 76 to 108. That's something new, an expanded mode. Yeah, new for me, I think. Power consumption is really good. There you are. Speaker size, in case I missed something. And there you are. Oh yeah, I wanted to check something there. FM and weather band. Yeah, so I wanted to let you know, the FM and weather band has a built-in antenna. That's really neat because local stations come in with this radio, and I'll show it to you too as well, without having to hook up a wire. So that's great if you live in an urban area. And then, of course, some dimensions and weight. Okay, great. Contact information if you need to get hold of them. All right. Let's go ahead and set this stuff aside and get to the radio. Because I want to demo this. I want to do an audio demo and then go through the bands and touch base on what you can expect with this radio. Yeah. All right. Love my CC Pocket. I love this radio. All right, so dimensions. We are 2.5 inches in width. We are 4.25 inches in height. And we have a depth of 1 inch. Not bad. For Differences, size comparison. Well, the original CC Pocket I have right here. There you go. When you turn these on, you can see the light is different. This is original, and that's the way it was. It was always dim from the beginning. You can see they've improved the backlight, which is fantastic. Thank you. It's a good thing to have, especially when it's in alert mode. You can tell it's in alert mode. You couldn't really tell too much on this one, so yeah. But I still use this. Still a good radio. Been using it for 6 years. Love it. All right. What else we got for radios? You know I'm a fanboy, so I have the C.Crane CC Skywave 2. What an awesome radio. If you're looking for a radio that has shortwave and an airband, and you want to have a few extra little features like a numeric keypad, it's a little bit bigger radio. It's not quite the pocket size. Pick yourself up Skywave 2. It's under $100. Definitely. It runs on AA batteries. It'll run 70 hours. So yeah, fantastic. So there's Skywave 2 for size. And then I always like have a simple currency test. There you go. There's $20. And then we have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he the man with the master plan. He loves C.Cranes from California land, supporting the Made in America man. Yeah. Yeah, he is. His company's based in the U.S. So one of the few still sells radios and made in the U.S. Love it. All right, so going down here. Let's talk about features of this CC Pocket, and then we'll go to demoing the radio. Yeah, so let's check out the CC Pocket 2024 edition. Like I showed you, backlight looking pretty bright. That's fantastic. Going left-hand side, typical. If you ever seen a C.Crane CC Pocket, it didn't change much as far as body is concerned, but we'll go over it. We have a switch here on the side. It says speaker mode, and if you engage it to the middle, it goes to headphone mono mode. If you go all the way up, it's headphones and stereo. So you can adjust that as you need. We're going to leave on speaker mode. C.Crane embossed in this like rubber jacket, so it protects it if it falls, which is nice to have. This rubber bumper goes all the way around. As you can see, it's got feet so it can stand. I stand. That's important. Some radios don't stand on their own. It goes all the way around the radio, so that's nice. Going to the front, you can see we got a clear display showing our time. I'm doing this late at night, 12:07 a.m. That's Central Standard Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA, for sake of any band scans. And as you can see, we've got battery status up there. When the radio's on, of course, it showed all those things I showed you in the manual. Yeah. So we got tuning buttons here. This allows you to incremental tune. They're kind of clicky. And then you can press and let go, and that browse tunes. So seek tune. And then we have continuous tune. So you can press and hold, and it'll continuously tune through the band without stopping. Even if it finds a strong station, it'll keep going past it until you let go. I like that feature. Fantastic. We got 5 preset buttons. These are amazing. You just press and hold when you find a radio station you like, and it'll lock it in. And then you got your 5 right there, and there's a way to get 20 more by using the page function, which I'll talk about. Down here, we have a 1 1/4 inch speaker. Beautiful. Going to the side here, we have the band button, AM, FM weather band, and then press and hold this for the page function. Alert mode, we can press and hold this, and it'll engage the alert. This is cool. I'll do it right now. If you keep holding it, you can set the time of how long you want the alert to run. So we'll let it run at 4 hours. When it's alert mode, you can turn the radio on. It'll go to the weather band, but it will not go to FM or AM, only to the weather band. But right now it's going to flash, and it's going to show alert. So you can press and hold the alert button to turn that back off. While the radio's on, if you tap that button, quick press, the clock or frequency will show. That's nice if you're trying to log a station. You don't know what time it is. You just tap that real quick and it goes to the time. Lock switch, we can lock the radio out. That's important. Going to the top of the radio, we have our headphone jack. Headphone experience is really good on this radio. There's no low-level hiss, no hiss that I could detect whatsoever. Once in a while, you might hear a seldom click when changing the bands, but I barely heard that. I cycled it probably 100 times and heard it once, so I wouldn't worry about it if you hear it once or twice. It's just probably something to do with switching over from one frequency to another, so not an issue. FM, expect moderate lows, strong mids, moderate highs, perfect for my ears. I loved it. FM stereo is great. Weather and AM has a nice low neutral tone. When you're on medium wave, or the AM broadcast band, 6 kHz mode brightens the tone up nicely. Volume is an endless encoder now. So there is no off position. It's just up or down, and it works really well. It's like a digital controlled volume versus the old school This one here, it goes to one direction and stops. And then this does get, staticky. You have to clean it once in a while. So that's nice that they eliminated that part of it. So this does work well. But that's another difference from the old to the new. And then we got our power button with the sleep function. Great. Back to the radio, we have a stoppered belt clip. Behind here, we have 2 AA batteries. And you can run alkaline batteries or nickel metal hydrides, but they don't want you running those 1.7 volt lithiums. So don't be running those. And here, it's got a quick little guide on how to do different things like set clock, set alarm. And we'll go over that real quick. I didn't want to get into that too fast, but we're going to. So there's that. Got little instructions in case you forget. They're behind the door. Sometimes I forget. So let's lock that back in. Nice. All right. So yeah, button combination. So this thing is really cool. 1 sets the clock. So if you want to set the clock, just do 1. 2 sets the alarm. As you can see, we're setting it. And then if you go through the whole thing, just keep holding it, set it, and then it'll say alarm on the bottom. Some people had a problem with getting rid of the alarm. All you gotta do is press and hold 2 when the radio's off, and it'll go off. That's all you gotta do. 3, it turns the beep confirmations on and off. That's a really annoying sound, so I turned mine off. There we go. Flashes that turned off. Yay! 4 is cool. When the radio's on, you can, when the radio's off, you can set this to frequency or clock. So if I press and hold this, C means it's always going to show the clock when the radio's on. Press it again and hold. F means it's always going to show the frequency. That's what tuners want, to show the frequency. That's probably what you're going to want. So if it's always showing the clock, just use 4, like I just showed you there. 5 will let you change the stepping from 9 kilohertz to 10 kilohertz. I don't want to do that. I'm not sure if it erases my presets, so I'm going to leave that alone. But 5, if you press and hold it while the radio's off, we'll switch to 9 kilohertz or 10. When you go to 9, remember, you get the expanded FM band. Awesome. Combinations of buttons. 1 and 5 will actually turn the display off while the radio is running. So you go like this, together, and yeah, they'll turn the display off. If you want to reset this radio to factory defaults, press and hold 1 and 5, I don't know how long, until it does confirmation beeps, and then you know that you reset your radio. I don't think we've ever had to do that. So other button combinations are like 1 and 4, 1 and 3, and I'll show you how those work. 1 and 3 is your bandwidth. When you hit this one here, you got a choice of 6 kilohertz, 4 kilohertz, and 2.5 kilohertz. On my older C.Crane Pocket, I only had 4 and 2.5. This adds 6 kilohertz to it. So that might be a new thing. Yeah, that's awesome. 1 and 4 lets you toggle 1 kilohertz tuning on medium wave or 10 kilohertz tuning. Yeah. So pretty much covered most of the buttons. So let's go ahead and turn it on and do some demoing. Yeah. With radio todderbert. So the cool thing is,
10 to 15 knots becoming east.
It's got a built-in antenna.
Waves
I'm picking up a local station here.
3 feet. Saturday, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots.
So right here is the weather band.
Saturday night, southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Showers. Waves.
I'll turn it down here. So we have battery life still showing. Signal strength indicator on the right now. The channel we're on weather. The speaker symbol here showing we're using the speaker mode. And what band we're on. It's going to show on the left-hand side. Rock on. And of course I showed you the alert mode. You can engage that from the radio on or off. I can press it on right here. And we can do the 4-hour thing and it'll still play.
For waters within 5 nautical miles ashore on Lake Michigan. For the
It's
following,
doing the clock, so I tap it back to frequency.
Wilmette Harbor to
So you're
Northerly
just tapping the
Island, Illinois,
alert.
and Northerly Island to Calumet Harbor, Illinois. Rest of tonight, north winds 10 to 15 knots.
Cool.
Mostly cloudy.
Now, they didn't say anything about presets on the weather band, but there actually are.
Northwest winds 10 to 15 knots becoming west. In the morning, then clearing.
Cool.
Waves 2 to 4 feet subsiding to 1 to 3 feet.
So we're going to turn off the weather alert so I can go to FM and AM. So disengage that by pressing hold the alert button. We're going to go up to the page, or sorry, it's the page button, also called the main button is the band button. Let's go hit that. Okay, there we are. We're going to tune in radio todderbert.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
So you get an idea. It's basic. The 1.25 inch speaker. Yeah, it's rather tinny sounding. Yeah, that's why I didn't put a lot of emphasis on the speaker with this. But just so you know, yeah. But it's still a good sounding radio. I still enjoy using speaker mode. Not a problem. Just can't jam it super loud. So we're gonna turn this off and we're gonna go through the bands. Let's have some fun. So with the weather band, you could expect really good performance. I got about 6 of the 7 stations today. Now let's see what happens when we hook up a wire. I'm gonna hook up a headphone wire. I'm in a subfloor basement, so I got to use a little different setup. I was gonna use the wire provided by the company, but I'm gonna use a set of headphone wires strung out to the right of me, up high as I could get it. And then we're going to go to the weather band. So let's go back to the weather band and cycle through the stations.
Patchy fog after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s in the suburbs to northwest winds 10 to 20 knots becoming west. Waves once in cities. It was cloudy and 42. Once again, at Milwaukee it was 1 to 2 feet. Thursday, northwest wind 5 to 10 knots backing west late in the morning. 40 downtown. North around 5 miles per hour in the evening, becoming east after midnight. Saturday.
So there you go. You can almost hear a transmission on each one. Now, of course, I couldn't move the wire around because I have it kind of stabilized to the right. But if I moved the wire around, I could have got better reception of those other few frequencies. But absolutely fantastic reception. I love it. And it's important. And it's nice to have that on your radio, having the weather band and alert mode, especially if you know a storm's coming in.
Then partly cloudy in the afternoon.
All right, so let's go and have some fun on the FM band.
Precipitation 20%.
All right. So here we are on the FM band, page 1. Now to change your pages, remember I mentioned that band button. So you press and hold. Now the page is going to flash. So we can go to 2, 3, 4. Oops, I did it too slow. We're on page 2 and I'm changing the presets now. So again, you get 5 presets initially, and then you use the page button to access 4 pages more of 5 more presets. So you get a total of 25 presets per band. So let me see if I can show you that properly. So go ahead and press this till it flashes. Okay, so once you press the page you're on, it locks you in. Okay, so page 3, these are page 3 presets. Press and hold the button again. Let's pick page 4. I don't have anything on these upper bands, so I'm just showing you. This is what they ship with, standard. And show you all the way to page 5. There we are. 1. So you get the idea, right? So let's go down to page 1 where I got presets. Page 1.
But I can tell you that my heart has been broken wide open, and I wouldn't have it any other way, right?
Support for WPR comes from the Master Singers and Will. This life, I ask of you. And inspiring programs for the people of Wisconsin. More WPR.org.
So say you like the station here, and you want to save it. So I know like what page 3 didn't have anything, so we'll go to page 3. Press and hold. Page 3. And then we'll save this to preset 1. So now we're on 90.7. I can't hover on the music. So we're on page 3. We're going to press and hold 1. It's going to flash and let go when it's done flashing. And now you have this 90.7 on page 3, preset 1. Very cool. Isn't that nice? I love it. Let's go back to my page 1. Now the reason, you got 5 of your favorites on page 1, and page 2 could be like your nighttime, and page 3 could be your daytime. It's how you want to structure it. I like it. I think it's really nice having instant access. So let's go ahead and scroll through the FM band.
I really want to help you out here, so, this might seem like a huge leap of faith for you.
Can I get a thank you, Jesus, Lord have mercy, praise it.
Harm by putting in place a mandatory age limit in terms of access.
How would it actually work, this ban?
Let's have a show.
A heart that's hopeful, a head that's full of dreams.
At daybydayradio.org. From our website, you can contact us.
Can I get a hallelujah? Someone say it.
Oh, FM reception report. I like to say that real quick. Based on a 5-tier method. Fair, okay, good, very good, excellent. This radio scored good to very good, 3.5-star rating on sensitivity. Found 71 stations. Average radios find 50. Rock on. Selectivity gets a good to very good because it finds stations right next to strong stations. Fantastic. So overall FM reception, 3.5-star to 4-star right there. Yeah, you're gonna love the FM reception. Fantastic radio. Okay, let's keep going.
Broken. Yeah. Trey Young played the Knicks. That's what I'm doing here. 5,000 off. Everybody stutters one way or the other, so check out my message to you.
Worship 24/7.
Be very afraid. These other rappers getting bodied and carried away. Forget me and Nicki, they get married.
I'm awfully glad to see you.
I'm delighted to see you too. Who are you?
Well, I'm Mrs. Burns, don't you remember? I introduced you to my girlfriend, Tootsie Sagwell, and you took her out.
I did?
Well, you didn't exactly.
Your host, Marcus Grodai, and our guest is Sister Miriam James Heidland.
So there you go. That's awesome. So if I unplug this, you won't pick this up, but you might be able to pick up local, which is really neat that it has an antenna. There we go. All right, cool. So let's go to the AM band, where it's a lot of fun. Start at the bottom.
It and understands it, in my opinion, and I think
KTRS St. Louis.
Streaming live at ktrs.com.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agent.
So yeah, this is great. You got your different filters.
Account and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep. GovernmentGangsters.com.
So that was St. Louis. I'm in Chicago, and the current time was 12:25, and that's AM, Central Standard Time in Chicago, and we are in the fall month of November. People want to know that for AM. It makes a big difference. That was St. Louis, about 275 miles away, coming in clear, which is great. This is local 560.
Add cash with a K. I'm Sebastian Goldfield.
You should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need.
Here's WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles south.
LoveYourMindToday.org. LoveYourMindToday.org.
There's some kind of chanting or something going on. That's interesting with 660. This is the magic of AM broadcast. You'll pick up stations you never heard before, and that one I don't remember hearing. But 660, usually it's WFAN out in New York City, this direction here, northeast. Of course, I have to turn the radio to tune it. That's your internal ferrite bar antenna. So if you don't know anything about AM broadcast band, if you're used to just FM, with AM radio, you turn it to your broadcasting station, the top of the radio. That's how you orientate it. You can do it like this, flat on a table, or of course in the vertical mode. You just turn your radio. So as you're walking, you'll notice a difference. I just turned the display off. That's kind of cool. So that takes away any kind of RFI generated by the screen. This radio is super sensitive, and it picks up the buzz from the screen. When you turn it off, you'll notice a difference. It takes that right away. So that's New York City, New York, 750 miles northeast.
Overwhelmingly positive way, and I can respect that. And I respect it. Yeah, I respect it.
Here's 670 The Score, WCR, Chicago, local.
Who the 3 games they lost? The Packers lost to the Lions.
I despise this question because I don't have the job. How the heck am I supposed to know?
CJOB, I believe it's 850 miles away, northwest. A little pop-up here. What's wrong?
In a job interview, especially if you still want or need the job, what do you do? Well, what I did was spend my own...
Is in the studio with us. Do not miss this episode. You'll be changed for good.
Eyes across the area at O'Hare. It is 49 degrees. It's 51 at Midway.
WGN, Chicago.
Out in Aurora. I'm James Sears, WGN News. Next news when it happens. Next scheduled news at 1 o'clock.
Zoomer Radio out of Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles northeast. WSB Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles southeast.
Specialized coverages for heavy trucks. Get a quote in as little as 5 minutes.
Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles to the east.
If you drive a
WGR.
big rig, you know that more time on the road means more.
Steel, it also features fellow DC Comics superheroes Batman and Robin. We'll be right back.
In the 1950s and 60s, radio's Gunsmoke brought listeners gripping stories about people who came to Kansas to leave the past behind.
So I'm going to stop it right here because, I'm going to do a full band scan on the evening and daytime with this radio. You'll get a feel for that and what you can expect. Turning that on and off. Fantastic. Doing your, let me show you, 1 and 4, 1 kilohertz tuning.
Today, listeners can still go to Dodge with 20 episodes of Danger, Grit, and intensity collection. Gunsmoke.
That's important sometimes.
Let's talk about Chester.
So if you get close to a station, if you just dial down just a little bit like this, you can get away from the offending station.
Chester to make up a thing like that?
William Conrad stars as U.S.
Press 1 and 4 again, and you're back to 10 kilohertz tuning. It's a thing of beauty. Coast to coast at night.
Kentucky Office of Highway Safety. Broadcasting live 24/7 from the Tom Drexler Plumbing, Air, and Electric Studios. This is News Radio 840 WHAS.
There you go. Coast to coast is playing right now. But I think in Denver. Yep, there's Denver. Doing coast to coast as well. Denver's 890 miles west. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and turn the radio off here, and we'll do final thoughts. So there it is. Amazing that you can do all that with this radio and more. It's just fantastic. Now, daytime AM, expect excellent on locals, good on semi-locals, and this will DX. It'll pick up faint stations. I was able to pick up stations out to 200 miles with the help of the Turkey Advantage passive loop even further. So, it can do it. Narrowing it down to 2.5 kilohertz to reduce the noise. And then, of course, 1 kilohertz tuning in the evening to get away from offending stations, because there's a lot of them going on. So let's go over my likes and wants and then overall impression. So what I like about this, the brighter backlight. That is awesome. the different bandwidths, the 3 different bandwidths is nice. The 1 kHz tuning on medium wave, the DX tools they call it. Plenty of presets. You get 25 per band, giving you a total of 50. You do get the 5 extra on the weather band if you want to even count those. I wouldn't count those though. Display off feature. Since this radio is more sensitive, you definitely need to do the 1 and 5 method to turn the display off when you're on medium wave. It doesn't do anything for the FM band, just to let you know. Just for the medium wave. Weather alert mode is fantastic. I love having this. I'm going to put it on right now. Why not? Love that. Having weather alert. This will receive stations without a wire. So if you're stuck and you don't have a wire, you'll still be able to pick up a local weather station or local FM station like I showed you. I'm a fan. Continuous tuning, press and hold, is very important to me as well. A lot of cheap, inexpensive radios, you'll press and hold and it'll stop on a station, which is annoying. So I guess that flashing light will just go ahead and turn it off. But weather alert, see that flashing, it's telling it's on. I like the idea you can change frequency to the clock, back and forth, live with this button here, your weather alert button, or you can set it to always frequency or always clock on the default with the number 4 button, if you guys remember that. So music sounds great on headphones. It's fantastic. So if you want to listen to FM and some great music, the included headphones are perfect for that. They're amazing. Wants. What do I want for this radio? I want less RFI, because I'll be honest with you, when I do the AM band scans, you'll see I do the display off all the time because this radio is so sensitive. It's picking up little clicking from the LCD display. Now the original didn't do that as much, so I barely use that feature because it had it on here as well. So I barely use that feature. But this one, it's more sensitive. I'm always using that. So I don't know if they can reduce the RFI somehow, but you'll find yourself turning that display off quite frequently. Now if you don't do the 1 and 5 at the exact same time, you'll end up hitting that preset 1 or 5. That's a little annoying. So that's one thing I like to see changed if possible, because it's tedious. It works, it's okay, but it can be tedious at times. Let's see, a dedicated bandwidth and display off button. So yeah, about right here and here, one button turns the display off. So if you're going to leave it, have a dedicated button for it. Same with bandwidth. It would be nice to have a dedicated bandwidth button somewhere, because, you know, again, doing this, if you don't do it right, you're going to hit 1 or 3 as your preset. It's going to drive you nuts, especially if you're trying to DX something. Then you got to go back and try to find that station again. That could be a headache. So you got to be really good at hitting simultaneous button presses when you're trying to get that bandwidth selection. So having a separate button for bandwidth and maybe a separate button for the other display off function, maybe just one button. Tap it lightly to go through your bandwidths, long press to turn off the display. There you go. Perfect. Solved. So overall, the Pocket is one of the best radios on the market. I recommend it 100%. $65 is a premium for this product, but it is worth every penny. Those who own CC Pockets will tell you they're great. They're fantastic. Absolutely love it. So overall, it gets a thumbs up from Todderbert, as you knew because of all the Pockets you saw in my original part of the video. I think I showed you I have a couple of them. So yes, fanboy. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give a big like if you did. 2, if you like C.Crane products, you want to see those band scans, subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of those. And 3, comment below what you think about the CC Pocket in 2024 and the revisions they make. Is it worth it to you to pick one up? I'll be honest with you. I reviewed the Sanjin DT800, wasn't a fan. The only one close to this is the DT400W, which is a really dated model, and it has a lot less features for the money. So I really am going to push the new CC Pocket 2024 edition. It just does so much more, and I love it. It sounds great too. So no hiss on anything. So I'm happy camper. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.